Hello, welcome back, everybody. First off, wanted to give a thank you to the new subscribers, the new followers, and all the likes I got on the first couple of videos for the collection that I picked up in October and that we've been breaking down. Stay tuned. I'm working on that right now. I do hope to have the third video for the third box published by tomorrow. Or maybe Monday the latest, but wanting to get those out and done before Thanksgiving so that we can, or the third one, so that we can get the fourth one published and the final one out of all the collection published for next weekend for Thanksgiving. So yeah, excited for that. Today I just wanted to deliver on my promise. I said, this YouTube channel is really designed for the average player, the average collector, and the person who is aspiring to start a TCG store. Or, when I say the average player and collector, it's because if you are playing and collecting, you've got a collection of value already, and you likely are buying and selling and trading your own cards. So some of the insights I want to share today are going to be helpful for you. I've mentioned it, and I'll just hit on it really quickly. And we've got to move on, and I want to stop talking about it in future videos. But I've got a strong background in finance, economics, international business, and international economics, the law, etc. So I think I've got a little bit of clout now, not just through my background and professional experiences in education, but also now that YOLO Tabletop Games is just doing exceptionally well and on fire. And looking forward to a very bright future and lots of growth. So I'm now wanting to share those experiences, some of which have been costly and very expensive or very painful, that I have had over the last 4 years, that have resulted in now this business becoming successful, being viable, and being something that I'm planning on just growing and building into the future. So hopefully through my experiences, and at times sometimes difficult experiences, you guys can benefit. And again, I'm just a big believer in us taking in as much information as we can from as many different sources so we can formulate our own thoughts and opinions and develop our own approach. So without further ado, what we're going to talk about today is why I think if you bought the Foundations set collector booster boxes for, call it sub $300 US a box, why I think you hit a home run and did a great job. And why I think if you bought into the play booster boxes, you're probably not going to like what I have to say about that. And why I would strongly recommend not buying into the Foundations play booster boxes until about 2025. And honestly, I'm probably not going to carry them until 2026. And I'll tell you why in this video. We're going to talk about, the rarity and the scarcity of the cards in the collector booster boxes and the play booster boxes. We're going to talk about the set print run, key cards in the set. We're going to get into the relevance of the meta for both competitive play and format longevity. We're going to talk a little bit about the collector value in these collectible cards, the foiling and the special treatments, and then the limited edition kind of prints that are in the collector booster boxes. We're also going to touch on the set theme and the popularity. So a little bit like, what is the Magic community saying about the product? What are the thoughts on the story and the lore behind this particular edition? And then we'll also be, I'm going to share some very recent data analytics look. It's the 16th of November. The product was just released yesterday. So let's look at what the market trends are showing us right now, both in the broader card game market, but also, economically, like in North America, how things are looking. And then, also focusing in on the Magic the Gathering, within the broader card game within the broader card game market. We're going to look at how things are performing in the Magic the Gathering market. And then just kind of do a little bit of historical comparison about what we might anticipate from Foundations. So I know that's a lot, right? We're gonna get really into the nitty gritty here, but that's just the way my mind works. That's my background. And so I hope you appreciate that and enjoy that. And if you do, hit that like button and subscribe and stay tuned for more. But yeah, let's get into the Foundation stuff. I'm going to do a little screen sharing. And then hopefully tomorrow or Monday, I will have that third video in the series of 4 for the very exciting and awesome collection that I picked up in October for my shop. So Without further ado, let's get into it. I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. All right. Let's get right into it here. So this is what I was excited and wanting to kind of get into with you all. So first things first, let's talk about the rarity and the scarcity. So set, print, run, size, and demand, and then a couple of other relevant things to consider with regards to like the cards that are introduced in this set, or that are reappearing for that matter. So first things first, where did I see it? I might be on the wrong page here. This is where I saw it. So this is key, right? This is from Wizards of the Coast. They're telling us that they're bringing back a lot of cards. So this set is made for past, present, and future Magic the Gathering players, and it features products for players that are fresh or famous and filled with cards that are legal and standard until at least 2029. People, I don't think you realize how big of a deal this statement is in your analysis about what product you should be buying if you are an aspiring store owner or a collector for that matter. So they also dropped some other tidbits about, I don't know if they have it here, but they talk about the print run. Let's do a keyword search here for limited. Let's see what we find. They talk about the limited print nature of the set. Okay, so it's not here necessarily, but what we know is that the play boosters are going to be an unlimited kind of print run. Like if you're thinking Flesh and Blood, or some other games that are out there where they'll have like first edition print runs and then unlimited print runs. You could almost look at in Foundations, because this set is going to be in standard rotation until at least 2029. People, that's 4 or 5 years. This is huge. This is transformative for Magic the Gathering. And I'm going to go down a couple of tangents on why. But think about it this way. The play boosters are going to be the standard set, and those are going to be the cards played with and in rotation for 4 to 5 years. These collector booster boxes, these are a limited print run, people. They're only one print run and done. So people who are being introduced to this game until 2029 and are playing out of the play boosters, they might develop a love and a passion for the game where certain cards that they have fallen in love with are not going to be, that the cool variant is not going to be something they can obtain in a play booster. It's going to be something that they can only obtain in these collector booster boxes. So that being said, I think these collector booster boxes are going to have significant and long-standing demand, where as long as this set is in rotation, there will be an attraction for that collector booster product. And then just being that this is kind of like the new staple product for Magic the Gathering brand for 5 bloody years, this is going to be highly collectible. Like, I look at this as like the 7th edition, right? When 7th edition came out, it was the first set that had foil cards in it. So everybody loves 7th edition, especially the foils, because it was the first foils ever. Similarly, this is the first set ever in Magic history where it's going to be in rotation for 4 to 5 bloody years. So, I would consider these collector booster boxes to be like a limited edition, like a special limited print run, promotional type product or card or premium version of cards that will be highly sought after by collectors for years to come. Not just over the next 4 to 5 years where they're going to consistently go up in value and demand and appreciation and collectability, but beyond that then, 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, 20 years down the road, these cards are going to be sought. Now, just one other thing I want to share and highlight here is not only is this edition going to be around for years to come and part of the standard rotation, but in addition, November 11th or November 4th, we had another publication from Mark Rosewater himself telling us a little bit more about the set. And what did he talk about here that really stood out to me was synergies. Synergies is a big part of what makes the game fun. and there's also some other, I've followed enough that I know that one of corporate's beliefs, and it's a valid one, is that one of Magic the Gathering's strengths is its synergies, right? So as more editions come out between 2024 and 2029, when this set exits standard rotation, you can expect future synergies that we could not foresee as of today, November 16th, 2024, that will emerge in new product releases coming out over the next 4 to 5 years. And those synergies could really add a lot of value to the cards within the general foundation set, but also add to the attractiveness and the appeal and the strength of some of these more limited special kind of print cards that only exist in the collector booster or collector display boosters. So just something else I wanted you to bear in mind. Let's get back into things. So if you bought the collector booster boxes for sub $300 US dollars, I don't care if these boxes dip to $274.99 US. Still need to add shipping and handling. I don't care if it dips like that before Christmas of 2024. It ain't gonna come back. It ain't gonna be a long-standing dip, and these boxes will appreciate in value. I'm not gonna give guarantees, but I just am. Mark this video and come back to it in 5 years and see where things are. I can see these foundation booster boxes not just popping off this year and kind of maybe having a fallout-like kind of result in the market, but I can see these really just maybe even hitting like the Lord of the Rings type high, like $1,000 a box down the road. I'm not saying immediately, I'm not saying imminently, but certainly there's no way these collector booster boxes are not going to go up in value. And that, you can kind of base that too when you look at market trends historically. There isn't a collector booster box on the market today that hasn't increased in price from when it was released. Not a single one. So you can be assured that these things are going to go up in value, but I think there's a strong promise that these will go up quite significantly. So, I don't know that I need to stay with it for too much longer, but these Japanese showcase cards, the mana foils, the extended art cards that are uniquely only available within the collector booster boxes. What a home run. Let's go and take a look too at the marketing, how Wizards is marketing this product, because it just gives further credence to my thesis and my position that these collector booster boxes are a home run. So we've got foundations. Let's look at how the product breakdown. Where's the product breakdown here? Maybe I passed it already. Maybe I'll speed through it, but here they are. Booster breakdowns. Download, open, and let's get right cracking into it here. We have, first picture is play boosters. So not much there. It's the collector booster box breakdown that we're really or the comparison between the two. This is what we're looking for. So the Japanese showcase, the borderless mana foils, the special guest treatments in foil, and the extended arts are only available in collector booster boxes. These play boosters, these could be getting printed to oblivion until 2029. So that's why I said I don't recommend buying these play boosters until at least 25, 26. Wait for some Amazon dumps to come along where they're going to throw these away for maybe get back down to like $79.99 a box. I don't know. But what I do know is those are print to demand. They're going to be printed endlessly, unlimitedly. There's no value in the play boosters. The value in the foundation set is entirely going to be derived from the collector booster boxes or other. I don't buy the bundles and stuff like that, but if the bundles also have some exclusive art cards or something more exclusive to the bundles or holiday packs or something like that, then okay, then maybe you'll get some value there. But these collector booster boxes, people, I can't reiterate enough. It's going to be a slam dunk for anybody who bought in $300 or less, and I would even argue $350 or less. I'm personally going to be stocking collector booster boxes all year. buying up whatever I can, whenever I can, whenever I see a good bargain on them, I'm taking it. So that is my recommendation there. Now, let's move on to the meta relevance, set theme and pop, and then we'll also talk, I think, about set theme and popularity, and then dive into the market trends. Actually, you know what? We'll talk about market trends since I already spoke to it a little bit. Economically, we'll pause on that. Let's talk about first the collectible trading card industry as a whole. On fire. We've had an incredible couple of years, to be honest, across all games, Flesh and Blood, Lorcana, baseball cards, sports cards in general, any collectible trading card. It's just everybody's having a heyday right now, and I don't even need to talk about Pokemon. Magic the Gathering, I think we're seeing some of the best products we've seen in years, and we're also seeing some of the best price stability for the Magic the Gathering market and new product releases that we've seen in years as well. So there's definitely a lot of good value in these collector. But I only really stock collector booster boxes. I'll buy a little bit of play boosters and booster boxes just to keep a general inventory for my store. But I more heavily invest into for my store and for my own personal collections into collector booster boxes. Now, economically, we do have a new administration coming in who has promised a lot of increases in tariffs, some of which are exponential. And I think that people don't have a big enough appreciation for what that means for us economically in the United States, and not just in the United States, but globally and in Canada. Look, tariffs are not a good thing. And anybody who tells you that a tariff is going to be paid for by the country of origin, they don't know what they're talking about. I hate to break it to you. I've got a background to prove that I know what I'm talking about. I work in the finance space for a massive credit card company, international credit card company, one of the biggest, if not the biggest. And anybody who's look, if they're telling you that, I got a bridge to sell you. Tariffs are going to drive up the cost of things. So expect that products will see price increases. What we have seen in America is that corporations like to abuse the tariff story to inflate their own prices as well, to drive up corporate profits. So to deliver more for the shareholders. So just look, that's just the reality of where we are. We don't have an administration coming in who's promising to reduce our cost of living. They might be promising it, but their actual policy and agenda will result in higher pricing. So it's just something to be cognizant of, because if you're at least buying for your store, your inventory, buying now while things are still relatively cheap and affordable, and before tariffs really start to impact and hit, it's already starting to hit certain segments of our economy. Certain things are starting to go up in price already because of the threat of just the threat alone. Businesses have to prepare for that. I'm buying up as much of these foundation collector booster boxes as I can, sub 300 right now. If it goes up to 350, I'll continue buying it, because not only is demand and just longevity of the product being on the market going to drive up the price, but so too will the broader economic trends of what's coming for America also drive up the price. So it's a fantastic time to buy now and then bank in on those profits, 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, 4 years down the road. We have to wait and see, but it's just something you should anticipate and you should expect. So I talked about already historical precedents and why, when you look at the collector boxes as a whole, consistently going up in value, never going down. It's a collectible product. That is true. Some collector booster boxes less so than others because they were overprinted, or the set didn't have a good lore and a good story, or they didn't have highly collectible and playable cards in the sets, or they did and then Magic went and banned them and destroyed, or they reprinted them to oblivion, like Modern Horizons 2. Look at that, right? So there's lots of different things there, but I think that covers everything from like the market trends and what we're seeing within Magic the Gathering, the broader collectible trading card industry, and as well the macroeconomics of what we're looking at here in the United States and in North America. Canada, you're not going to be spared. Your economy is so heavily tied to the American economy that you also can expect your cost of living and your consumer products and retail products to go up in price. So just something to prepare for, people. Nothing to be alarmed about. Nothing to be super scared about, and I'm not going into politics. We're talking economy, we're talking market, we're talking raw data and numbers and facts. And that's that. I don't want to get into politics on this channel. Let's turn it now over to the relevance for of the set and how it, how it should impact competitive play, the format standard, and we'll also talk about like community sentiment and what people are thinking when it comes to Magic the Gathering. All right. And last but not least, and I apologize, I had to cut the filming of this portion. We're now into November 17th. My kids one of my kids was very sick yesterday, so I had to hit the brakes on the video despite my desires to get it out sooner. But yeah, so let's pick up on the last couple of items here: community sentiment and kind of the lore and the theme and what people think about foundations. I don't need to go too far. I think I'll talk more about like what we're seeing in terms of sales, because you don't need to look very far on YouTube or social media or anywhere else to see that everybody loves foundations. If you're old to Magic, new to Magic, if you've been playing for 10 years, 5 years, whatever it is, everybody loves this set. There's a lot of great pulls. There's a lot of fantastic cards in the set. This is true classic Magic the Gathering. And that kind of speaks to, this broader concept or point that I wanted to surface and talk about is how, Magic, there's a shift in Magic right now. We are moving away from Magic the Gathering products into a realm of, it still is going to be Magic the Gathering the game, but the artwork and the theme, there's going to be a lot of universes beyond. Look, we're looking at Spider-Man, we're looking at Final Fantasy, we just had the Marvel universe. So there's a shift, and it's a seismic one, to the point where we're going to be moving 60% of the product to being these universes beyond themes. So I think that as we see that shift, or that as there's an experiment towards that shift over the next 1 to 2 years, because that's how long it's going to take for Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro to vet the data on the sales and what they're seeing with these products. Maybe they realize they made a mistake and they want to go back to true classic Magic as the main focus of products. We don't know. But at least, certainly for the next 1 to 2 years, this product should be pretty highly regarded and sought, just by people who love the Magic the Gathering, the game, and are maybe disenchanted. They're just not interested in these universes beyond products. Being that Foundations is going to be in standard rotation for the next 4 or 5 years, I think there's going to be a lot of interest here. But and you don't need to look far. Like I said, you can go and look up your favorite YouTube commenters, influencers, your favorite whatever social media platform you use. Everybody's saying the same thing. This is a slam dunk set. And the sales are reflecting that. We are seeing that the sales bottomed around $27.50 or so, collector booster pack, and that was very short-lived. Instantly popped back to $31.50 range, $31.25 range. That's a gain of $4, people. Like, that's $4 a pack. That's $50 a box. That these have gone up in just a week's time. So that is fantastic. It's stabilized at a fair price for the product, and we're also seeing like heavy volume of average daily sold. Of course, there's this massive spike here of 1,000 sales, so that's kind of influenced or biased the numbers here that you're seeing. But we have been seeing this hold at 308 here on TCGplayer, so call it 310 plus shipping and taxes to get to your house. So what's that going to be, around 330, 340, something like that? You're seeing the same thing on eBay. You're seeing the same thing everywhere. Card Kingdom. Actually, I think it might even be a little bit more expensive on Card Kingdom. But there's no getting away from it, people. This is a very popular edition right now. I think you're looking at a base of around we call it again around 310, 300 on eBay. I did notice a tick down on Amazon. It's come down from $3.29 that it was earlier yesterday to $2.99.9. But again, not expecting it to really shift too much. So if you bought in below $2.50 a box, congrats to you. I would not anticipate seeing that price point again. If anything, I think this $2.99 price point is going to fade away very quickly. We've got Black Friday around the corner. We've got Cyber Monday, Cindy Lou Who Tuesday, and so forth. So I would not expect these prices to stay at 300. I do anticipate they're going to go up 350, 400, 450 over the next several months. Certainly into the new year, I could see it hitting around 350 by early new year, if not sooner, if not much sooner. This this is a popular product. You can see I'm getting this cold now, this horrible dry cough that my son has. Not only that, but if you take a look at foundations, the foundations product has stabilized in terms of the pricing trends for the most part. You're really seeing some stabilization in the pricing. As you can see, actually, this one has gone only up in value for this mana foil. There's a lot of mana foils if you get your hands on them that are worth just as much as the box, or some special guests as well. So there's excellent value, plenty of super highly playable rares as mana foils and non-mana foils as well. And mythics here for over $10 a card. Everything looks very healthy, very, very healthy, and a very healthy spread of cards above $1. Very healthy spread of cards above $1. I think that's probably the most amount of cards I've seen above $1 in any edition in recent memory. You got a third of the set above $1. So looks very good. But anyways, I don't want to hold things up for too much longer. I do want to get this video posted, and I know this video is already long enough. So I hope you've liked the content. I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to say, and or at least kind of the logic and the thoughts behind it. I'm actually just sifting through right now. These are a handful of the vintage rares from the collection that I'm posting the video for. It's probably not going to be done today, people, because my little guy's sick. It's probably going to be sometime Monday, maybe even later in the week. I don't know, but it is a work in progress, and it's coming. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned, because that video is going to be awesome once it finally posts. We'll talk to you later. Cheers.